Right, this is a 1997 R-reg VW Transporter T4. It's the 1.9 turbo diesel ABL engine. I'm just going to have a look round, show you around. It's got a tailgate, which is very handy if it's raining. You can just lift that up and stand underneath it. On the back we've got a Fiamma bike carrier, which you can fit two bikes on, which is good. We have got the vent here for the fridge. We've got electric hookup point there. We've got a campsite with electric. It is 1997, so what's that, 26 years old? So bodywork around the sills. It's got the usual bits of surface rust on there, but it has been, let's roll around on the floor a little bit. It has been under sealed a couple of years ago, so underneath it's fine. Just here is the, if I pull that down, that's the wastewater pipe. So it doesn't have a wastewater tank, you just drain it into a bucket and then empty it. Right, let's get back up. So let's get inside. So you've got 3 seats at the front, and I don't know if it'll focus in on the mile yet. 189,000 miles. Driver's seat got a rip in it, so I put a cover on it. There's a little reversing parking sensor there. So you've got parking sensors on the rear bumper. Let's have a look around the other side. So that's the other side. Got some nice cup holders on there. Now what else have we got? Heater controls. You know, 26 years old. These often they've got like little plastic and metal knobs and linkages in there, and they do often fail. So the actual turning the heat up and down, and you have to do that manually in the engine bay by just moving the lever off. So this is the Sterling Power battery to battery charger. The way that works is it's used to charge the leisure battery, 105 amp hour leisure battery. That's only about a year old, I think. And when the van starts up and goes, these ones are a bit more expensive than the cheap relays that you often find. These ones are a bit more clever. So when you actually start up, it senses whether the van starter battery is fully charged. If it isn't, then it won't do anything. Once it senses that the van main battery is charged, then it allows the alternator to charge the leisure battery. And once you turn the ignition off, then it disconnects the starter battery and alternator from the leisure battery. So it's clever stuff. There's room to store your toaster in there. In here there's a bit more room. That's the cover for the gas burner. A bit more storage space in there. There we've got the main fuse box for the 12-volt system. It's on now, but you put it up there, you turn it off, and there's some fuses in there. Now that is a MPPT smart solar controller for the solar panels. That's the main solar panel isolation switch. So there's 200 watts of solar charging on the roof. This is your standard RCD for use on electric hookup. Where you've got a couple of plugs there, you've got a couple more plugs there, you've got plugs down there, and car style, you know, like plug-in things there. What else can we say? Yeah, so at the minute that has got the fridge plugged in but turned off. It's a nice big fridge, and the fridge can also, that's what this is here, that's the fridge is plugged into 12 volts. You know, if I flick that switch, then the fridge is on battery power, so you can run the fridge either on battery or on mains, depending on if you're on the hookup or not. This window, if you remember, was the one that's tinted from the outside, so that's quite nice. But you've also got curtains you can pull across as well when it gets dark. Just tie those back. Let's close that. You've got a cutlery drawer. Let's just turn that on. This is quite nice. So you've got, because this van has just got so many lights in it. Let's put some on. So these LEDs went in first, but then I thought they were a bit too bright at night, so I put these LEDs in on both sides. But then I thought they were too bright, so then I put the these far more subtle ones where you can sort of control the brightness and turn them up and down and things, and on and off. Change the colour as well, I think. Yeah. So let me turn those off. Yeah, so that's normally I cut the drawer in there. Turn that off. So under here we've got gas hob and 12 volt electrically operated cold water, and then this drains out that pipe I pointed out when I was crawling around on the floor earlier on. What else shall we do? Oh yeah, put that away. So got a couple of just magnetic rechargeable lights on there. They're quite useful. Yeah, main cupboard for your clothes. Lots of room in there. Goes right down to the wheel arch. Plenty of room. And there's some shelves at the back as well to put some tins of food on. More curtains at the side. Curtains here that go across when that door's shut. Fire extinguisher. Some handy little grab bags there. CO2 detector. Up here there's a vent that you can open up, and then you can keep it shut like that, which is useful if it's too hot, or at night if you're just trying to keep the condensation down. And then that lock's closed. Yeah, so that's these passenger seats swivel around. I can't really do that one-handed though, so I'll just stop that while I spin it around. Right, so I've spun that around now so you can have a better look at it. That is really, really useful. Makes life much better. And I got the table out as well. It's just a simple push together. So the shaft to the table sits on top of the wardrobe, and then that just slots down the side of the bed. Right, what should we do? Right, so pop top, very useful if the weather's bad and you can't get out of the van. I'm 6'1", so if I'm stuck in the van for a while, 3 hours, then I found, you know, it would give me a stiff back. So pop top, it raises equally front and back, this one. So it's just Velcro straps that hold it in place while you're driving around. Take those Velcro straps off, and then pushes up at the back to get the back of it up, and then push up at the front, and then reverse to bring it down. But I'm going to just pause because I need 2 hands to get it to rise. Right, pop top's up. So yes, you get lots of headroom. So I'm 6'1", and there's still an inch or so above my head. So very useful if you're cooking your food as well, because you can just stand there and not be banging your head. Right, so that's pop top, sliding there. And let's have a look around the back. Let's have a look around the back. Yes, so if I lift, I'll get the keys out for that. Oh, lift that up. So in the back, again, I've got those curtains that go across at night. Big boot, that's currently holding the awning, a Swift Vareo 260 van awning. That actually attaches to the van because there's I don't know what the official name of these is, but it's like a sliding strip that locks the awning on. It's also got a small attachment that allows you to sort of remove the awning and reattach it without taking the awning down. You know, if you put all the awning up, it does take, I don't know, 20 minutes, but if you want to drive off, you know, and not put it all away again, you can, because it's got this sort of joining strip that fits in there that you can just pull out, and then the awning folds down out the way. So there's the gas container. Let me just use both hands again. Oh, so it's got a camping gas canister there, and it's got a quite nice Truma valve on there as well. So I think you can use different types of gas, I think, through that connector, but you'd have to check. So as I said, there was a vent on the side to allow the there's a vent on the side to allow the fridge to dump its hot air out of the vehicle, which is a good idea. And there's a vent here, you can see it there, that goes right to the bottom of the van, that would allow any gas that did escape to just vent out of the vehicle. Oh, and yeah, so I was saying, we've got 12 volt electrically pumped water. There's 2, I think these are 12 litre jerry cans in the back. Normally only take 1. The gas, I think a tank of that lasted me about 2 years, and the one that's in there has only been in there for about 6 months, I think, so there's still plenty of gas in it. It doesn't have a you know, an indicator of how much gas is in there. You figure that out by actually weighing the tank. What else to say? There's the shelves at the back. You've got 1, 2, 3, and under that shelf there's a little USB thing, so I normally have a little reading USB lamp plugged into there. What else? I think that's about it. Yeah, so you put the silver blind that I moved out the van at the beginning, that fits over this back window, then the curtains shut, then there is another blind I've got that fits on the exterior of the van, that goes around the side windows and the windscreen, and then you've got the curtains, and then you're good for a night's sleep. As you can tell, I want it dark when I'm asleep. I don't want to be woken up by 5 AM sunrise, and yeah, so I made sure that it was definitely blackout inside. Yeah, so I think that's that. Let me just pause it again. Right, so I think that's just about everything. So 189,000 miles, and it's R-reg 1997. So I think I've showed you everything. Yeah. So it spent its early life as a commercial delivery van, as these old transporters often do, but it was partially converted by a really nice guy who is a retired railway engineer. So he did the furniture, and I used to be an electrical engineer for my sins, so I did the electrical fit out. Yes, so we haven't quite seen the roof, have we? So let me put these back inside. Now, so I've got 200 watts, 100 watt solar panel on each side that enters the roof through that little white bit sticking out. That's a waterproof, I think they call it gland. Yeah, so I've had it, I think, 3.5 years now, and it's been where have we been? It's been all around Scotland, Isle of Skye, Glencoe, all around there. It's been all around Wales to the Lake District many times because I love it there, and it's been through into Belgium, into France, down to the Alps. It's been down the Loire, over into Italy, driven around Italy, and yes, and into, just nipped into Germany as well. So yeah, it's mechanically it's spot on, and it's never let me down, and fully serviced since it was converted. So I've got all the service history and everything since then, but not before then, because as a commercial delivery van, it doesn't have any history from that point. But yeah, since it's all been converted, regularly serviced every year, and everything it's been needed doing. But things that are wrong, so I've already mentioned the heater controls are a classic. The little metal arms and plastic cogs inside just get too old and wear out. You could pick one of those up at a scrappers, I suppose, for, I don't know, 70 quid, 80 quid, I guess. Underneath it's good because the under seal was still good, but I guess they need to do those fairly regularly, and that was done probably about 3 years ago now, so that probably needs doing again to keep the underneath sound on there. What else does it say? 1.9 turbo diesel. It's a mechanical turbo, which is quite an interesting idea, a mechanical turbo these days. So it means there's no complex electronic engine management system or anything like that to go wrong. So it has been wonderfully reliable. I think partly as well because it's not been modified at all. You often see things like lowered suspensions or tuned up for more power, and this has had none of that done. Everything on it is still standard, which does mean it's not fast. So you can cruise no problem at all at 70 on the motorway. But for fuel efficiency, you probably keep it to like 60 anyway. Yeah, I think the most challenging trip was in the Alps, obviously, and it coped. I mean, I was certainly not quick up any of the hills, and there was a bit of a queue there behind me, but I don't mind. I'm not in a hurry. So yeah, it's had its last service, an MOT. I'll put all the details up relating to that.